happy to be here and happy that I was invited to come, and thank you to Duchenne Yi to arrange this in such a beautiful setting. So I'm very humbled to be here. So I'm Carol Ann Lane. I'm an internationally acclaimed author. I am a writing coach and emerging artist in charcoal, watercolor, and pastel. I'm an inspirational speaker. I was nominated for the 2024 Marty Award, and I'm a podcaster, and I'm a cancer warrior. So my writing encompasses many different genres, including self-healing books, youth adventure series, memoirs, and a collection of short stories. I've been published in a literary magazine, and a number of my short stories have been featured, shortlisted in Canadian fiction writing contests. Earlier in 2024, I was also interviewed on television and broadcast across the United States, mostly in California, for my books, and I've been interviewed in the UK and other regions as well. I love to travel, I love vintage cars, antiques, I enjoy sewing and knitting and baking and cooking as my pastimes, and I hand crochet unique bookmarks that are part of my signature for my books. As an artist, as I said, I'm a medium in watercolor, charcoal, and pastel, and I focus basically on landscapes. So here we are today in lovely Norvell Studios and Gallery, and this quaint building was visited by the famous Canadian author Lucy Maud Montgomery, and we've heard about her. Her work, Anne of Green Gables, was based on vignettes of her personal life and experiences, and she's one of my favorite authors. And in ways, my short story collections are kind of similar to that. They're dramatic, they're funny, but they're also based on all my authentic personal experiences. And I put that into my first two books that I published, 2023 and 2024, A Star in the Distance and Finding Life in 40 Days. So they're kind of like healing books. I just wanted to quote before I start something that Lucy Maud Montgomery wrote in one of her books. I'm so glad I live in a world where there are Octobers. I love autumn, and I'm so glad to be here. Today I'll be reading an excerpt from one of the couple of short stories that were featured in the Creative Short Story Contest across Canada. I was shortlisted. So here I go. A Voice in the Blizzard. I sip my tea and glance out for a brief second. Ice and snowflakes dance at the window. I continue checking computer reports. One of my coworkers strolls over. Haven't you looked out yet? You should start packing up. What? I said. He moans as he taps the window. Snowing already? Roads aren't cleared from the other day's snow dump. The wind is picking up too, so there's already drifts. You can't even see the main road. The commute is gonna be horrible. I'm leaving now. Yeah, you're right. I'll finish my work tomorrow. He nods and chuckles. Oh, you think so? We'll probably be snowed in if this keeps up. There's a blizzard advisory in the next few days. I pack up, put on my boots and coat, collect my lunch bag, and take the elevator to the office main lobby. By now, snow drifts are blowing against the windows and main building doors. I tighten my hood and trudge through the snow as the wind and ice slap my face. My car looks like a white, fluffy marshmallow. I feel like a rabbit burrowing my way through the lofty snowbank. The wind whips around the car as I scrape and brush. I turn on the radio and listen to the traffic news. This is your 680 News Channel weather report for this February 2009. This blast of winter isn't going away soon. Environment Canada reports this wallop of a storm in GTA will be the worst seen in the last decade. Snowplows will be heading to the highways first to clear the roads, but main roads will take some time. Drive carefully out there, folks. Ice slaps against the windows as my windshield wipers scrape back and forth, barely clearing a thin patch for me to see. My car crawls through the heavy blanket of snow, zigzagging along the icy roads. It's like the abominable snowman shaking his snowy arm at me. Thick white snowflakes pelt and silver ice slams my windows with relentless fervor, waving their icy arms with a vengeance. Gripping the steering wheel, I feel the wheels sliding and spinning with a crunching sound of crisp ice on fresh packed snow. Suddenly, a glug, glug, splutter. Please God, get me home. Outside is like a snow globe being shaken 1,000 times. I crawl back in the car shivering. I lock the doors and wait, and wait, and wait. That's only an excerpt of the story.
I've written about all kinds of things: poetry, short stories, memories. Since I retired in 2020, I've taken some courses and focused on children's literature and memoirs. So what I decided to do is take some of my writings that focus on one of my...
Leanne wished she had stayed in bed all day that day. It might have avoided the string of events which would lead up to what she later described as those 4 surreal weeks. Monday, August 5th, 2019, a day that would get tattooed in Leanne's brain for going spectacularly wrong in so many ways. She had overslept by a good 20 minutes. Did the alarm malfunction, or had she not turned it on? She could not recall. It didn't matter. All she remembered is her eyes flying open to a digital clock glowing 7:20 a.m. She rushed through a shower, her plans for breakfast quickly evaporating when the toaster oven decided to act up again, charring the bagel into 2 black circles of carbon. The shrill beeping of the smoke alarm shattered the morning calm. Damn it, this cannot be happening. She grabbed the kitchen chair to reach the alarm. Of all days, why does everything have to go?
Publishing books for about 12 years now. My first book that I wrote was The Transporting Device, and its sequel, Bridget 2, The Transporting Device is Reinvented. My latest book is called My Writing Journey, which I will read an entry from. And I also have entries in the Mississauga Writers Group's series of books called, Wordfest, that you can find a lot of my writings in too. So I will read one of the stories from my book, this latest book, My Writing Journey. It's called Give Me Credits for This Purchase. And I also have written screenplays where one has been produced into a short film called Jackpot, and it's on a Facebook page called Jackpot 2023 Film. And since February till now, till yesterday, it surpassed the 1,000 view mark. So I'm very pleased about that. Now I will read an entry from my book, My Writing Journey, which is available for sale at $12 a copy. This is called Give Me Credits for This Purchase. The universe is vast. The 100 human beings on the spacecraft destined for planet Soriel are grateful for
this now. Now that story starts probably 12 years ago when I was traveling to China, and I had no inclination of buying a musical instrument, none whatsoever. If you would have said, Glenn, you're going to buy a musical instrument, I would say. So I was traveling to the big cities, Shanghai, Tianjin, Beijing, and I noticed that they do things a little differently there, especially playing music in public. It's a very common thing. So you go to the cities, people are writing on the sidewalks, they're singing, they're dancing, and they also were playing musical instruments. So I watched them play, and I kind of fell in love with this particular instrument because I liked how it sounded. So then I went to a music store in Tianjin, and I kind of this instrument was kind of like letting all that go and trying something different. And it really worked out like your choice. But what really sets this instrument apart is you can bend every note. So every note becomes like a universe. So, and there are literally pieces of notated music for this instrument that are like thousands of years old, and they're fiendishly difficult to play. I basically decided that I was just going to play this instrument kind of on my terms and just improvise. So I didn't take any lessons except to put
refuses to open. The elusive password slips through my hands, lost in the descending mountain shadows. Fingers desperately fumbling to find it. My eyes searching everywhere. Couldn't help but wonder if it held the key to a story yet to unfold. My reader stays closed. Tired eyes see a shadow play as the darkness falls. I can faintly hear the echo of the fading brook. A gentle breeze.
Despair when I only catch 6 meteorites. I should hang someone else's clothes on the line. I should call a random stranger's number, tell them to quit bothering me. I should dye my hair brown and move back from Whistler. I should break all my pencils, swear off any further mistakes. I should be getting an act together. I should burn another CD of someone else I'll never listen to. I should sleep with my head at the foot of the bed, see if I wake up changed. I should break with tradition and start enjoying myself. I should break with tradition and stop repeating myself. I should break some new habits. I should buy a pair of $100 jeans, help me look like I'm worth it. I should shave my head and blind the sun. I should learn how to harmonize. I should order the test pattern channel for late nights. I should stow away to Tijuana, insisting I'd only nipped out for milk. I should grow a set of wings, stash them in the trunk for emergencies. I should order a spare spine. I should argue with myself out loud.
So it's titled Saga at Sea. Under brilliant skies, we set sail from Buenos Aires with much excitement. After all, this was our first South American cruise. It was at Montevideo, Uruguay, when our ship, heading out to sea, collided with a barge. A long barge laden with containers and luxury cars that crossed in front of it. Rather than veer away and risk a long gash to the side of the ship, our captain decided to stay on course. As a result, our ship sustained damage to its hull, a large shark bite to its hull. And out of the blue, totally bizarre accident witnessed by a few, but totally missed by the rest. Mercifully, no one got hurt, and neither vessel suffered major damage, except for the loss of a couple of luxury cars that tumbled from the barge into the canal. We remained at port for 4 days. 4 long days at sleepy Montevideo, Uruguay, while the poor young captain, who was on his maiden voyage, flew to Miami to report to his superiors, and divers arrived to check the damage to our beleaguered ship. Other cruise ships waited beyond the canal, unable to enter, while ours was docked and under repair. So near and yet so far away. They soon abandoned the idea and sailed away to the next port of call. During the 4 days stuck at port, free excursions and onboard credit were offered, but these perks were not enough, not nearly enough, especially for one group, a group of raucous passengers from Brazil who demanded a full refund and free flights to return home. We want a full refund. We want free tickets to fly back home, they yelled. A lawyer in the group drafted a petition, and copies were delivered to all staterooms for signatures. In the end, we were refunded 50% of the cruise fare. Our vessel was now commandeered by a seasoned captain who came on board from one of the sister ships in the area. We all heaved a sigh of relief Languages have always fascinated me. Their origins, their similarities, their differences. How useful to know another language. I am in awe of folks who can converse fluently in different tongues. If only I could speak a second language well, starting with Cantonese, which is actually my first, but so limited in my vocabulary.
And I've called it wow. So every time I raise my hand, what are you going to say?
Wow.
Awesome.
Wow.
Wonder of wonders. Walking along an ebony night, looking aloft into the cosmos. Behold a heavenly curtain, a kaleidoscope of colors, swaying like a sensuous dancer in the skies. Watching the northern lights, words halt as I catch my breath.
Wow.
Woes of war. We watch with horror the devastating destruction of life, dreams, hopes, a future going up in smoke, cries of babies in cradles, a revolt not heeded by the powers that be.
Wow.
Words of writers, powerfully portraying what the senses respond to, what the heart hearkens to, mirroring nature's beauty, telling of tumultuous times. Let the keys keep tapping, telling it like it is. Thank you. Joy, each day a chance to feel buoyed, to see what you have done, to see all that is worthwhile. Pause, smile, keep doing what you're doing. It is futile to change what is productive and constructive, advancing, growing, and enhancing your dreams of success. So keep doing what you're doing. Make it, I bet, you'll be there yet. Keep doing what you're doing. And when it seems you can't do more, look around you. Find a reason to start anew. Build it with alacrity, humility. Tap into that energy. Don't stop. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you.
Etc., etc. So isn't that wonderful that, you know, the written word and the visual art can really gel that humanity within us despite our varied backgrounds. So I want to thank all of you for making it here, thank you for being here. So, okay.
It was a
There you go. Thank you for being
that we are having a reading like that in such a big group, and we really appreciate that y'all came. And who knows, this could be something that can be repeated every year, maybe not here, maybe at the Mansi, where they actually have a writing group that they will be setting up, and you could be actually performing there and reading there instead. So we are very connected with each other, everything to do with Lucy Montgomery, and I think that we are so fortunate to be in this place. And writers. So I hope that this is not only the first, but it will be many more to come in the future. And on behalf of everybody, on behalf of Kathy Gaskell, who is like, you know, a champion of Lucy Montgomery, thank you. And it was a great pleasure to have y'all.
paparazzi. This is what it feels like. Smile.